Hey, me and my digital twin, Kari, we spent a few days on this lighthouse island called Isokari, the coast of Finland. Just concentrating on photography and bad jokes. We had such an excellent few days. Let me first show you some footage and some pictures.
Sieltä. Me on oltu siellä. Muistaksä?
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. You've got a friend in me. 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 You've got troubles, then I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. If we stick together, we can see it through. 'Cause you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Now, some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too. Maybe, but none of them will ever love you the way I do. Just you and me, boy. As the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Hey, what a nice trip. We were there also last year. Some of you might remember. I put the link to the description page to the last year's video, so you can compare if you are interested. So we woke up every morning around 5 a.m. to catch the morning light, shot a few hours, had a breakfast, and I went back to sleep, and I slept a couple of more hours. I'm lucky like that. I can fall asleep anytime, anywhere, and I can sleep as long as I want. That's kind of one of my only superpowers. I can sleep always. Then we stayed up late till the evening, you know, until the sunset and beyond, just to catch the evening light. I had a few good pictures every day, which I'm pretty happy. But so many bad pictures, especially during the day. And here's the challenge, like that was a photography trip. The whole purpose of that trip was to take pictures. So my body says that, okay, let's then photograph. Even in the middle of the day, I know the light is not perfect and I have nothing to say about the environment and landscape. But now that we are on the island, I better shoot, says my body. And I keep on shooting. And even if I see through the viewfinder that this is not gonna be anything worth photographing, that's what my brain says. My body still goes and presses the shutter. There's nothing I can do about it. So the success failure rate is pretty miserable. But as I said, a few good pictures. I took 13 rolls of black and white images and then 2 rolls of color pictures. My selection of films this time was totally insane. I don't know, I had this kind of a collection of films. I don't know why that happened. I had Fomapan 100, Ilford FP4 Plus, Ilford Delta 100, Kentmere 400, Ilford Pen F, Pancro 400, Samsanta 1000, and then Kodak Gold and Kodak Portra 160. Yeah, totally insane. Hey, and then I developed all my black and white films in Adox XT3, which is an Xtol copy, and then my color pictures I developed in Tetnal C41 liquids. For those 13 rolls that I developed them sort of during the same session. And this is how I do it actually. Let me show you how I have developed my factory style conveyor belt development. So first of all, with XT3, it's an Xtol copy, I can develop all those 13 rolls with 1 liter of developer. I can reuse it up to 13, 14, even 15 times. I just need to add some time as it gets more used. After first 5 rolls, I add 10% of the development time, and then after the next 5, now it's 10 rolls, I add yet another 10% of the development time. And this is how I do it. I have a bunch of these development tanks. And I've numbered them, as you can see. And then they each have a spiral. Remember that I shoot pretty much only medium format or large format. So for this spiral, you can get medium format 120 roll, film. Typically I would put 1 there, but I can also put 2. So this time I put 2 rolls of film on 1 spiral. First you put 1 and then you push another one after that, and they go there smoothly. So 2 rolls of film here, another 2 here, another 2 here, another 2 here. 8 rolls of film in this system now. So then I start my conveyor belt. First I pour in pre-wash here. After 3 minutes I pour out the pre-wash. Now there are 2 films in, and by the way, they need to be the same brand because the time of the developer is different for each and every brand. So say I have 2 rolls of FP4 here right now. So I after the pre-wash, I pour the pre-wash out and pour in the developer XT3. And then I think it's 8 minutes, if I recall it right, for the developer. I start to develop. Where did I put the lid? I turn on the clock and start the development. And then after 5 minutes, there are now 3 minutes to go, I pour in the pre-wash to the next tank. So now the pre-wash goes in. Now I have 2 of these buckets in the action. There is a pre-wash in number 2 and developer in number 1. And when the development time is almost done for number 1, I pour out the pre-wash from number 2. And then I take number 1 and pour in the developer directly to the second tank and restart the clock, because the developer is the time you want to monitor. Nothing else really matters. Now I got a developer here, and then I pour the stop path here. Developer, stop path. And now my clock measures number 2. There's a developer here. Then after, like, maybe depending if I use water, it takes about 1.5 minutes. If I use a stop path, which I use this time, it's 15 seconds is enough for the stop path. Then I pour the stop path back to the bottle, and then I pour in the fixer. About 3 minutes fixer. So now here is the developer, clock is ticking, and here is the fixer. Then at some point, when there is only 3 minutes to go with number 2, the developer is here, I open my number 3 and pour in the pre-wash. Now we got a system where I have a pre-wash here, I got the developer here, and I got a fixer here. And I play with them all and rotate them. Then I pour out, after about 3 minutes time for the fixer, I pour out the fixer back to the bottle and pour in water. Now this is in the final wash. This goes to the wash. Developer pre-wash. Then when this developer is almost done, I pour out the pre-wash from here. Are you following me? And then I pour in the developer from this container to the next one. And then I pour in the stop path from here. And that's how the conveyor belt goes on and on and on. This system allows me to develop all those 13 rolls of film in about an hour and 15 minutes. Which is not bad. And yet, unlike with the bigger container, I could have bigger tanks, but then I couldn't do it with 1 liter of developer. This is really optimized for as fast development as possible, as standardized as possible, with only 1 liter of reusable developer. As you can see, I've really thought this through, and also have done it so many times that I hardly ever do mistakes. I don't even recall when was the last time I made some mistake with development. Hey, and then as of my cameras, I had also too many cameras on me. Most of the pictures I took with my Hasselblad. Then I also had my super wide. I had my Rolleiflex 2.8F. I had my modified Holga, the Holgon. And then I also had my Rollei 35S. That was mostly because I had some film in it and I needed to finalize the film roll. But I only took a few pictures with this, so I didn't manage to finalize it yet. There's still film in it. Another thing was that I finally managed to solve the problem of how to carry my stuff around. Like, remember back in my earlier videos, I had struggles of carrying all these cameras with me. I've now solved that problem. But I save that for another time because this is already getting too long and you are getting bored. So hey, one more thing. What was my favorite picture from that trip? There's one that doesn't have highs, it doesn't have any lows, no melody, no structure, but a beautiful tone. And I like this one the most. See you later.